Hey guys, this is Shane and welcome to my Curator of the Lost channel. Today, hey, I'm going old school. I'm going to show you some great book finds that I've come across that I'm hopefully going to list soon, and comps what I think I'm going to sell them for. Some I'm going to sell on eBay, some I'm going to sell on Amazon. You know, find cool stuff, see cool, buy cool, right? So, hey, before I jump in, I want to say thanks. Thanks for the channel support, for the comments, the views. You guys keep watching. I'll keep doing this and we'll see what happens. And I guess also before I jump in, I always have people say that my shirt gets cut off. So this one, it's a fairly new one. I've had it maybe for a couple months, but you know, it says here, you know, you decide, you know, you're going to attack the orc, right, and push him off the cliff. But in the Dungeons and Dragons, what's the worst on your 20-sided die? You roll a 1. So then it says, instead, you gently massage his back, and he feels pretty uncomfortable about it. So anyway, that's the shirt. Now let's jump into the books. Hey, so this first, I stopped by an estate sale, and it was a kind of a ratty little house. I didn't think anything was there, but I had a few minutes. It was there, and actually I found some bunch of little old military tank magazines and books. I don't have good comps for these, but I basically had a pile of them, and the lady gave them all to me for like $3. So it's funny because they said they wanted like $1 each for everything. And I'm like, what do you want for these? She's like, how about $3? I'm like, that's good. So I'll just show you what I got. I think these will sell. I'll decide, you know, it's subject matter material that's really good, right? So here's one on desert tracks, this British armor and markings for North Africa. Then there was these Wehrmacht illustrated. There were several of these, and so I think there were. Yeah, let's get them up here. Get organized here. So there were these. This one on the Panzer Kampfwagen. So this vehicle. Then on the Grenadiers and the Africa Corps, and then another Panzer. And what's cool, you know, it has lots of historical photos in these, you know, for, you know, has some markings, color things. And what happens, these sell, people that want, this type of thing sells for people that are both history buffs and people that are doing like scale modeling dioramas. It's good information for them to, you know, to know how to paint things or how to model things. So anyway, all of this kind of stuff, I may sell, you know, I may sell all of these that are with the, you know, the ones that are like the uniforms together. I'll see how they price out. The vehicles may go together. Here's another one, camouflage and markings, 1939, 1945. And, you know, it's, again, all just that kind of stuff. Then there was actually this, and I actually tried to look these up, haven't found any information really. This Tankette magazine. It's kind of a funny name, right? So there's a Tankette mother on test, it says. Not sure what that means, but yeah, these are pretty cool. Somebody will like this. Then there was another British #2, North Africa. These were all by this Almark. So these, you know, older World War II, focusing on camouflage, concealment, that sort of thing. So those would be great. Now this one, I don't normally buy this sort of thing, but I ran across it. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty cover. Made me think, you know, going to Scotland. I want to go to Scotland. I hadn't been before. Been to Ireland, loved it. Been to England, you know, London, all that, loved it. Haven't been to Scotland yet. It's on the list. But this kind of reminded me of that. It's this Glamouri, and this, I may have just, this could be like an Irish thing. I may have just totally like offended somebody, but it says it's the Scots word meaning a charmed condition. So I was right. But this book, it's like $40. I got it for $2, and it gives, you know, all these knitting patterns. So like there's the, can you see that in the glare? It's a beautiful picture there. And then, you know, it shows, man, I would never have the patience for this, but it shows all the, or the skill, shows all the knitting stuff. So it's a knitting book, Scottish kind of sweaters and attire, kind of cool. $40, I got it for $2. Here's another one I paid $2 for. The Sunny South, the life and art of this William Walker, you know, these kind of historical Southern. This one, I'm probably just going to sell on eBay. It sells for like 40 bucks on Amazon, but it only had like E-score of 1, so it's only like sold 1 in the last, 6 months. But this thing's like pristine. It's beautiful. I think I can get 30 bucks for it on eBay. So that's good. All right, another genre I love to sell. It's on, British import cars. This Jaguar. This is a $15 to $20 book on the F-Type. Beautiful lines on that, right? Never gets old. All right. National Geographic History magazines. They come out every 2 months. This is the 6 from 2021. I got these for 50 cents each, so I got $3 in this. They should sell for like 25 for a whole year. So always look out for these. If I can get them for 50 cents or less, I'll really like get them more for like a quarter or $3 for $1. But the history ones, the National Geographic history ones, especially if you can get them and bundle them in years, I find that they turn over a pretty good profit. Again, I don't want to go out and pay $1 each for these. Even though if you could sell them get them for $1 each and you can sell them for 24, 25, that's still pretty good. But I like getting them for 50 cents or less. A lot of times I get magazines 3 for $1 or, even 10 cents each, right? But the history, especially when I can bundle them, okay? These were good. I'll just leave these. It's got the original address. I'll leave these stickers on there, take the photos. People don't care. Works good. Okay. This was cool. All right. Peter Max. I don't know if you know Peter Max. Big artist in the 60s. Ended up having a lot of legal trouble in the 90s, early 2000s, but, it's all the psychedelic kind of awesome art, from the 60s. It's kind of what he's known for. Just look at that with the UFOs. Isn't that cool? Anyway, I like his stuff. Saw this, and then it was $10. I'm like, man, this was at one of my library stores. This is way too much. But then I noticed it was inscribed 2016. So I have a sold comp on this for a similarly inscribed volume, sold for 80 something bucks. So I like it. It's like in pristine condition. Love the subject matter. Just, gorgeous Peter Max kind of stuff. Inscribed, 80 bucks, it's going to be a good flip. Okay, here's another one. This is interesting. I'll probably read this, it's the farm at Jones Valley. In Huntsville, this area, it's called Jones Valley. And if you live in the area, North Alabama, When I first moved to North Alabama in the early 90s, I remember when it was not really developed, and you go over this road at Airport Road in Huntsville, and it was just completely pasture land. Well, the Jones family, one of the families that been in Huntsville a long time, that was a great farm. It's still a great farm, but this one is actually signed. I paid $3 for it because it was signed by Raymond Jones, okay? And, he wrote some books about hunting, different things, and, but this is about the farm. Local interest, I think it'll sell. If I want to sell it, I do have a sold comp on Amazon. One of these sold for like 58 bucks, but again, it's only had one sell in the last 6 months. So I'm probably going to read through it just for local history, and then I'll probably list it after that. And I think I can get 40 or 50 bucks for it. It may sell on my shelf, but I'm going to do it on eBay. Go from there. All right. This one, I thought, this is just the bizarre subject matter. Look at this, ancient ballads traditionally sung in New England. I mean, it turns out this is a volume 2. All right. There's like 4 or 5 volumes. Got sold comps on the 4 or 5 together for like 160 bucks. I see individual ones listed 30 to 40. This one's got a little ratty around the edges on the dust jacket, but I still think I can get 30 bucks for it. This is an eBay. Fun. Like it. All right. This one will go to Amazon. The Men Who Love Trains. Again, railroad gets your transportation and railroad stuff. Love this. So it's a $20 book. And I paid, what I paid for this one. Let's see. Oh, I actually paid $1.50 for it. I paid up, man. What am I doing? So here's one that I actually paid 50 cents for. That's my speed right there. And actually, it's another railroad book, but I don't have any comps for it. But it is a weird one that I kind of like. It's this trackside around Boston, 1942 to 62. So it shows all these photos and things. It's, you know, people love the train people love this stuff. I mean, there's a guy, his name's like, I think it's Brian Solomon. He's got so many train books out there. And, you know, there's people that like trains. They like this stuff. They love, but, you know, they only sell for, I think this will sell at least for 20 bucks. I can do a little more research, but for 50 cents, I can't go wrong. It's good. All right. The last set here, it's got crazy comps on Amazon, but again, it's the sort of thing I'm only selling 1 or 2 every 6 months. So I'm gonna put these on eBay. I only have a sold of 1 volume for like 20 or 30 bucks on eBay, but it's these Contrin plumbing trainee guides. And there's, you can see there's level 2, 3, and 4. I've seen this one sell 4. I'm gonna bundle these together. I'm gonna ask, I don't know, I may ask 60 or 70 bucks for the 3 of them together. I see these sometimes singly listing for 70 bucks, but they're not being sold. These were clean. They, see, anytime it's a manual, I try to look through it, even though some people won't care. But these were clean, look like they were unused. I paid $1 each for them. I have to erase that. They're great condition. I'll put all 3 of them together. I may even just ask like 50 bucks for all 3 of them. It's great value for somebody who needs them. And I think they'll sell, I got $3 in them. So it's good return. So that's it. That's the finds. You know, just, you know, see cool, buy cool, list it so you can sell it. That's what we do. So I like this stuff. It's a good eclectic mix, but I showed you, you know, it's a good point here before I close is that, you know, like any of this type of stuff, like let's say the railroad books, the car books, you know, I don't remember those exact volumes, and, you know, but I do remember genre, right? So I know, you know, that kind of thing, like British import cars, you know, the railroads, weird, you know, weird ballads and songs, regional interest stuff. My eye just naturally picks that stuff up. And sometimes you pick it up and it's not worth anything, but that's what I train my eye to look at. And, you know, it's good advice for you, you know, at least I think it is, it works for me, to learn genres, right? And I've got some videos on that. I'll need to do a refresher on it, but I think that's a great way to train your eye, is to really learn about genres, things that you have, you know, a higher percentage of success on, you know, and it helps you kind of cull the wheat from the chaff, so to speak. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something, got the comps. You guys, you know, be good. Or what they say, if you can't be good, don't get caught. So that's it. Talk to you soon. Bye.